Perfect time to start. It's 1:44 on the clock, you guys. How amazing. I posted a song this morning. If you could take a listen to it, I'd really appreciate it. That was a song I wrote a long time ago, actually. That was a CD I made on 9/11. I took off work for a week, which I never used to do. I would, at the max take up 4 or 5 days off because I was the only one who did my job, so I didn't ever take a full week off. But I decided I was going to finally take a full week off and just practice and rehearse, go into the studio and record the first time I recorded in a studio. And that was in 2001 on 9/11. I was never home at that time in the morning because I was always at work by 6:30. And I never watched the news. So it was really strange that morning I happened to be home and I happened to watch the news. I watched the second plane go into the towers. So it was very significant for me that week that I went into the studio to record my first 3 songs. Not that I had written, but that I had recorded. So I posted one of those songs. It's called Breathe a Wave. And this is a song that I've been working on, and it's on my iPad, so the sound is really bad. I'm very computer and electronically challenged. I have no patience for these things, and the sound on the iPad is terrible. But I just wanted to give you a little taste of this song that I've been writing. It's not finished, and the quality isn't great, but I wanted to give you an idea of it because I really like this song. Lie to yourself, giving an excuse to get you off the hook to my abuse, but you knew better, you felt it yourself, the demon inside that you couldn't help. And what is it in you that you can't get out? Redirecting conversation to control the doubt. And you know better. You know better. What is it in me that you hate so much? What is it in me? You see it in yourself. Anyway, I've written more than that. I've pretty much written the song, but it takes me a while. I'm not very good technically on the piano, so it takes me a bit of practice before I can really get a good recording. So, and that one is You Know Better. So let's go ahead and take our deep breaths. I have a twin flame read for you, the union read, and the Metatron read from this morning. Take a deep breath. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to everybody. I hope you're having a great day. It's beautiful and sunny out. I have to go out and jog after this. And thank you guys all for being here with me. I so appreciate your presence. Okay, so we're going to roll the die for the twin flames. Today is the 17th of December, 2021. So let's see what the dice have to say for you guys. Twin flames, December 17th, 2021. Okay. So we have the number 12, completion there. And that's the hangman, which is also, usually people consider that Pisces, but I always get Capricorn from the hanging man. So both of those signs might be coming up, plus it's December with Sagittarius leaving. And then we have Taurus and the bull, and that's definitely coming up because we have the North Node moving into Taurus on the 22nd, and the moon is here as well with Cancer. All right, so we have Cancer and Pisces and Taurus, and perhaps Capricorn as well, and Sagittarius, and the South Node going away from the South Node, and then Scorpio will be in the South Node. So first we have the Metatron read. Okay, so this is the one from this morning. And I was doing this read when I was inspired to post my song this morning. I actually wanted to post my new song, but I couldn't I'm not practiced at it yet. The the technical part of it, the piano. So, and my iPad is terrible, and I'm used to non-Mac regular computers. So I'm very challenged on my Mac. I'm still getting oriented to where everything is. It's very frustrating for me because I know my other computer so well. It's very frustrating. I'm trying to be patient with my computers. So let's see what's going on here. All right, we have the 17th. What else? Oh, this was interesting too. When I woke up this morning, I remembered dreaming with two guys I used to work with, two of the doctors I used to work with, and I remember asking one of them if they were thinking about retiring. And that was funny. But it's funny, the two that I was remembering in my dream. And one of them I know was meditating before I left back in 2016. So if anyone, he may be aware of what's going on. And yeah. And the stuff that I told you yesterday that nobody was getting back to me. I'm talking my nieces and nephews. I told you I was dealing with Roto-Rooter for my plumbing in the basement because my water heater had broken. And, they had to work it out with the insurance company, and nobody was getting back to me. The insurance company wasn't getting back to me. They weren't getting back to me, but they're of course, they send those bills threatening if you don't pay, they're going to send it to collections and all that kind of stuff. It was, just over a month ago, and they're dealing with the insurance. So anyway, I just got an email back because one of the administrative assistants finally, after me bugging them a bit, got back to me, and they settled with the insurance company. So everything was kind of working its way out today, as well as one of my nieces and nephews I had to text about something else today, so they did respond to that. So there's whatever was blocked yesterday or in the day before is definitely freed up today. And okay. And also the breathing through your nose. If some of you aren't familiar with that technique was coming up. I think Elena Danon's guest was talking about it, but it's also in my yoga cards, so I do it regularly whenever it comes up in my yoga cards. But holding your nostrils. So you hold one nostril, breathe in that nostril, and then let go and breathe out the other nostril, and then breathe in that same nostril, and then out the other nostril. So do that to relax yourself, see how it feels for you. And for this read, for Metatron. This was done at 10:01 this morning, which reflects each other, the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the 1 of the Magician. And the underlying energy was the wake-up call. And actually on top was the New Dawn, which I love that card, because it's all about the sun shining. But whether it's sun rising or sun setting may be up to your perspective. So at the time, I put some seed out for the birds because I haven't put out seed in a couple days. And I saw the cardinals in my tree in the front yard. So I put some seed out, and then they never come and eat it. And then the squirrels come and they eat it all. So it's pretty funny watching them and how they deal with each other. But the cardinals were definitely out there this morning, and so was the squirrel. And yesterday I told you they were kind of frenetic kind of energy. They were kind of just rushing back and forth. And today they're not. They're more calm. So I don't know what was going on yesterday with the energy, but it was definitely, I don't know if that's when the elite were leaving the planet or what, but there was definitely off energy yesterday, like we were cut off in a certain way. So the first card out for the Metatron read was the Signs card, which is the picture of the bird, which the birds were singing this morning. And when I was doing my music stuff, I heard them singing outside in a very sweet way. And so this is how it goes. The colors in the read were pink, red, and blue. And there's indigo and blue in this read. So this was blue, not indigo. And the pink is very much about compassion. Red, of course, is the root chakra. And then blue is more of the throat chakra, but going into the third eye as well, because this card's very dark blue. So really going into the root chakra to get up the last of those deep wounds. And using your throat to speak. I guess for me, I was supposed to sing today. And then the pink of compassion, of self-love and nurturing. The only elements that came up in the read today were air and water. Okay, so reminding you again to drink a lot of water. and breathe deeply the air. At 10:17, I started doing this read, which is the Wheel of Fortune, the 17 of the star, which it is today, the 17th. To listen and take note, and note, we're talking about tones, right? Sound is so important in the etheric realms. For justice and alignment, truth and balance. Expand through creation in the unfolding of life. As the new day is dawning in high vibe destiny, welcome back to each new day and the age of Aquarius. Birds and signs are sent to you with love. Robin Redbreast was coming up, as well as the red cardinal, so a lot of red in root chakra, fluffing their feathers, right? That ego of pride. At 10:22, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. Healing and dreaming one step at a time to overcome fear. Blessings of abundant universe. So it's in a way, it's like fluff your feathers. If you're afraid to do things, get a little bit of pride up to counteract that, right? So if we're scared and we're not confident enough, go to the other extreme of that in order to balance it out. It's the same. So it's never the same for any person or any one thing, because it depends on where your energy is. So if someone else is very prideful and boastful, they have to go to the other extreme. Whereas someone who'd be very shy and scared needs to go to their pride side in order to balance that to the middle, to be able to put themselves out there. So you get what I mean. So, taking one step at a time, healing and dreaming to overcome fear. Blessings of abundant universe, Thanksgiving every day, signs and synchronicities and lots of choices, variety and color are the spice of life. Pink for self-love and nurturing. The Page of Wands is inspired. The shell of the womb. A baby is the infiltrator that sneaks in when you least suspect to grow into a pearl, the pearly gates. In big inspiration with the third flame, Metatron's magnetic over the rainbow bridge, the wind beneath your wings. Hermit, take action. With physical activity, it's very meditative and calms your nerves. Lift your arms up over your head if you get scared. Fly free in the breeze of diamond light. The human running on the beach. And the birds or flyer up in the air. It's like the human running on the beach while the birds are flying up in the air. That you, human, like Metatron and the bridge is the wind beneath our wings. It was saying you, human, are the wind beneath their wings. In transition, with Ophiuchus 13 here, see new perspectives in reviewing Akashic records to release untapped wounded warrior Kundalini energy, letting go of that wounded warrior or the victim mentality. Go within for clarity of the shadow aspects, and remember at the end of each day, your ancestors are reflecting you in the sunset with beautiful compassion, and you are held in that at 10:33, the Wheel of Fortune, a turn for the better, and that Christ vibration. Water, 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 the chariot of well-being. Memories of dolphins in Lemuria with 20 faces of crystalline. At 10:34, 34 being the energetic exchange of the Eight of Wands, as above so below, in the reflecting of the soft pink weeping willows, reaching out to itself, in love, self-love, connecting one to go with the flow, and paddle on, with safety, strength, and power of the red root shaman, with TP and peace pipe, or toilet paper, and the plumber's tool, the pipe, who made peace with me today. The Excalibur can be a cold place as hell, as the truth comes up of abuse of power, taking advantage of the vulnerable, which in my instance, when someone has a basement full of water, it is a shocking event. You are vulnerable. Red Father, Blue Madonna, presenting the truth and being present to it, giving and receiving, energetic exchange, showing appreciation and healing collectively to and from ancestors from the beginning and leading up to the cold Mother Earth moon. She's very moody in the winter when it's cold, just like us. Perhaps she's fickle with her plants and growth and not sure if they're coming or going, similar to the shoppers at Christmas. Transforming light and dark, 13 and 31, which is death and chaos, endings and beginnings. Stand in the sunlight, let your shadow be seen. Ask your shadow what it wants you to know. 'Cause you know better So my lyrics were coming up here. What does it want you to know? Your shadow, because you know better. You can't lie to me because you can't lie to yourself. What is it in me that you hate so much? What is it in me that you see in yourself? And at 103, which is the Magician and the Empress, that's when I stopped to post the music. So the underlying energy was all about the wake-up call to the collective new dawn. The first column was all about the songbird and loving self. And the birds were chirping all so sweetly outside, flying high in crystal light, transmuting the shadow within. And remember, when you sing, especially as a songwriter, you know, you're really getting to the root of your wounds when you sing, because it's, you know, you're singing your passions. So it gets right to the core. The second section here is the conquering of fears, one step at a time. So with me, I get impatient with computers. I have to conquer those fears by being patient, taking one step at a time. And it's not like I haven't done that kind of thing before, but it takes a lot of time. And since I do my posts every day, I have to choose at the beginning of each day what it is I choose to do today. Because obviously it's okay if I don't post on YouTube every day. But sometimes it might take me 2 or 3 days to work on some computer stuff to get the recording stuff done. So it's about me needing to reorient myself to a new schedule perhaps. But conquering your fears one step at a time, crossing the bridge to read about yourself in Akashic Records, reflecting your ancestors at sunset, again, reflecting back at you. And then the third column was all about Thanksgiving, good food and drink, healthy food and drink, and cheer, take a walk, a jog, joy, move to release the kundalini and flush afterwards with water, water, water. Emotion, emotion, emotion. Allow the purge. Because again, the purge is the releasing of the light flushing through you, right? The purge is like the poo. It's what your body doesn't need anymore. You take in the light, and what you don't need, you purge out. So now we go to the union read. All right, so here's the union read. And this is 3D, 4D, 5D still, because there's a lot of 3D energies coming up right now, so that's what I've been doing. So we have 3D, 4D, 5D, feminine on the left, masculine on the right, the bridge between, right? So the bridge between the masculine and feminine, the feminine incoming, the masculine outgoing masculine, the underlying energy of the Justice card up here, or the underlying energy, and then completion over here with the 10 of Wands was the completion card. I just pulled a couple extra cards on either end, which I'll tell you about. So yeah, and I'm going to show you, this is the complete read on the table as well, the 7-deck read. Okay, so the cards I use in the 7-deck read, the major cards are the Syrian Starseed deck, which I use for the union read as well. And the union read is all about the physical union, as opposed to this read on the table, which is a general reading for all energies regarding the twins. Okay, so this read has the Lenormand, the Rider-Waite mini deck. We have the Tarot of Sexual Magic, Romance Angels, the Numerology deck. This is the Universal Golden. We have the Gilded back there, and then, of course, the main deck. And I pull Oracle cards at the end for those of you not familiar with my channel. All right, I am what's called a spontaneous channel. My strongest abilities are clairsentient and claircognizant, which I get instant knowings, and my feeling is really strong. So I do have clairvoyance, and I rarely have clairaudience and smell, but I do have them at times. But my visual isn't as strong as some others. My claircognizance and clairsentience are really strong. So I get downloads from source spontaneously, but they also confirm when there's really important messages they want to be heard. So, and I usually let you know if I'm connecting with spirit, and that's because they're giving an extra oomph there to emphasize that point. So, the union read here for 3D, 4D, 5D at 338, which is the 3 of the Empress, the 38 of the Queen of Cups. The underlying energy was Justice. The central card was Ascension, which also can be the Divine Feminine, and it's Pisces energy as well for me. At the end was the 10 of Wands, which in this deck, the Syrian Starseed deck, is very much about the Atlas energy, leaving the wounded warrior behind because they're walking up the steps with only one flame. They've put out the other 9. So the third energy with new passion to connect one to one and release with divine justice and balance, ascension and completion, the divine feminine world and a sense connection, ascension is a sense connection, Atlas leaving the wounded warrior behind to come together with the divine masculine's heart fully exposed or energized and happy. The incoming divine feminine is the Five of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. Over it, no longer hiding, rising above the group or drama with flame in hand, dancing the tango with the Middle East flair or genie in a bottle, granting a wish. The 3D here is the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Indigo. The divine feminine with the Knight of Pentacles proposing with diamond in the rough, or proposing Greece or Disney perhaps, or a chalet in the mountains. The divine masculine Indigo proposal with a big diamond that's polished, or offering to polish things up for you. Loyal, humble servant and child, magician, or an indigo, bridging by Batman walking away, within, or going back inside. The crystal Batcave with more orders to take care of, or going to the beach they're very aligned with, or the divine feminine with Libra or Pisces or Earth, and or an offer to visit. The divine masculine with Gemini or Virgo and Taurus or Aquarius or Sag and Leo, offering and bridging by letting others work it out between themselves or hash it out without you, which happened with me with the insurance company and the plumbing company. At 356, which is the Empress and the 56 of the Two of Swords. The 4D here is the Ace of Pentacles, Ascension and Guidance. The divine feminine with a new offer and a breakthrough or stone-breaking plant, or the Knight of Pentacles offer becomes bigger or more magnified as the Ace of Pentacles offer may be needing some polishing. Maybe it's not the total package they hoped it was, or real growth has been made here. The divine masculine with guidance of Buddha or Sphinx or Taurus, or premarital counseling, bridging with completion, the world, the divine feminine or Pisces, merging time, money, and effort with commitment by coming full circle and being patient. So what's the wisdom saying? Right? If you're able to change something, do it. And if you can't, then focus on something else that is going well for you. Redirect. So the 5D here is the higher self, strength, and karma. The divine feminine higher self, reading Akashic records or the Riot Act, in plasma ethers of the northern lights and purified moon, since we're supposed to get all the dark element off the moon now, and the soul swapper is supposed to be gone from the moon, it's really clear. The divine masculine release of karma, plasma, and karma. So it's coming up as like karma, like somebody wants to borrow the car from their mother. Plasma, like plasma, karma. A wake-up call with the code to the heart, bridging in a breakthrough at Centaur Gate or Saggy Gate 1212, which is going through the solstice. Birthing with a rebel yell. Breaking on through to the other side, dancing the time warp again. Just to jump to the left and then a step to the right, right? At 410. So 4 is the Emperor, 10 is that high vibration or destiny, a turn for the better. The outgoing divine masculine here is the 6 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and alchemy. Offering but expecting something in return. The Queen of Cups wants a blended situation or used to being lavished upon. Patience or offering to share patience here with the Queen of Cups. Atlas leaving the wounded warrior behind to come together with the divine masculine's heart in the sun. Or the Queen of Cups is an alcoholic perhaps, and there's a burden regarding coming together with the divine masculine's heart tapped at 417, which is the Emperor and the Star. So the divine feminine with the Knight of Pentacles offer, the Ace of Pentacles a bigger offer to the higher self. So it's like offering one thing, and either the offer is getting bigger after one offer maybe not accepted or just didn't hear back, and then you offer a bigger offer, or that offer that's being given is being looked at really closely as opposed to another offer. It's just being magnified. So that was coming up. So maybe wanting to inspect something more closely before reacting to it or acting on it. The divine masculine indigo proposing guidance to end the karma, judgment, or karmic issues, or addressing karmic issues. And a helicopter went overhead when I was doing this part here. Bridging here is the Eight of Cups, leaving the 3D world to break through to the other side. Divine feminine with Libra or Pisces on their side, and the Knight of Pentacles, making that offer. On the divine masculine side is Gemini or Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, and then Sag, Leo, along with the Queen of Cups. Between the twins could be the Pisces and or divine feminine, and Leo, Saggy, and or the divine masculine. So they're, it's like us being in our own way. The overall number for this read is the 46 of the children hugging each other, loving each other, innocent love. And the horizontal pillars came out to 10, 1, and 35, which is the Wheel of Fortune. The 1 of the Magician, the 35 of the Wounded Warrior. And the vertical pillars came out to 5, which is the Hierophant, 9, Hermit, 7 is the Chariot, 1 is the Magician, 8 is the Dance or the manifestation of dreams, strength. Then 0, which for me is Source or space, then 6 of the Lovers, then 0 again, and then 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And the messages were coming out as destined magician and wounded warrior in a past life connection. The Hierophant and the Hermit in the Chariot to make magic and dance, leaving space for lovers with space for high vibe destiny of the past life connection of innocent, pure love. We also have the energy of the 5 of Swords with the Chariot, right? The war within, and then the vehicle of infiltration with the Moon perhaps, and the Lovers. And that can be romance with the lovers. And that high vibration of the 2 children coming together, that past life relationship of innocent love. So it's really pretty there. The message on the table for you, the Syrian Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 502. I'll put the light on for this one. So 502 is the Hierophant and the High Priestess. And 5, of course, is change, freedom, and expansion as well. And 2 is the divine feminine energy of seeing both sides of the situation, the one-to-one. And then at 514, which is the Hierophant and the Temperance card, being patient, it's also that higher love, the angels, of flames was coming up. So of the twin flames, of the drama, of the energy that needs to be expended or expelled. And then MES came up as May, but as you speak it, that could be the month of May as well. But it really is the plural for Mai, but it also comes up as the mean squared error, as well as the masters of science and engineering. And then dance also came up here. So the multiple my dance. So not just dancing, not just my dance, but multiple my's dance together because it's of flames. At 527, I finished the read, and 27 is the Ace of Wands, that third flame. It's also the Metatron Bridge card. We have the major arcana of strength, Luna or the Moon, Starseed, which is the Fool, and the Lovers. So we have Leo, Cancer, Aries, and Gemini there. After the read, guidance, which is the Hierophant or Taurus, and then Indigo and the Wheel of Fortune also came up. Indigo is the Magician, which is Gemini, but can be Virgo as well. And then the Wheel is Libra for me. We have 3 swords, 4 wands, and then the court cards were the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. So there were no cups or pentacles in the main read, which is, day-to-day life and heartfelt emotions. This is all about passions and swords. So this could be passionate and intellectualizing, perhaps doing intellectual work, writing papers, whatever it is for you, or obsessing passionately. So we have 2 kids here, energies or messages with the pages, Page of Swords and Page of Wands. And before the read, we have the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and then the Page of Pentacles. So a lot of wand energy there with the Knight and Queen, and then the Page. So the Knight and the Queen can be anything, right? Because they can be a couple, they can be siblings, they can be two fire signs together. But a lot of fire with the Page of Wands too, which, I'd first think of as a mother and 2 children there, along with a message or 2 other kids, maybe having friends over the house. And then we have the numbers on the code line about, we have double 3s and double 10s. Double 3, 33 is the Christ vibration, and the 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself without getting defensive. 1010 of that high vibration to remind you to keep it high, especially this week as we go into the solstice. It's really important. There's energy going towards the sun that is supposed to make this a really cold winter. And it hasn't been bad so far, but I think once it gets cold, it could get really cold. And actually ice, the word ice, has been coming up in my code lines the past couple of days. So don't be surprised if all of a sudden we get a lot of icy weather. So the code line, let's see what other numbers came up here. 310, which is 0 behind 31, which is the 5 of wands, which is that energy of chaos that came up in the first read of the reflection of death, which is 13. But it's also the 5 of wands, which is, arguments, fighting, battles, sports, but it also could be the positive side of that, which is, playing, acting, the pursuit of happiness, right? Big group events that are fun. So we have the 23 of the King of Wands, we have the 78 of the 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles rather, which is also like the energy of heaven on earth. We have 810, which is 0 behind 81, which for me is the end of karma around the world. We have 37 of the King of Cups, as well as 34 of the 8 of Wands, and the 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, the humble loyal servant, and lastly the 46, which came up as the number in the union read of the children hugging each other. The code line was all about abundance, and it was coming up, broken up as a bun dance, which can be a butt dance, or it can be the dance of transmutation through your body, because BUN is a marker for your kidneys, but it also can be a bun, which is a word that means cloud, or a boon, or above, the patriarch of the Abyssinian church, or our Father, like our Father who art in heaven. So a very Christian energy as opposed to other religions. So the message that came up regarding this code line, which was all about the number 5 from 3 and 2 is very significant here too. AI was coming up here, and remember that there's good AI and bad AI, right? There's a lot of artificial intelligence we use every day that a lot of you love. So we have AI of Sophia reflects as poetry, to be, see, or the sea or sigh whale, or to see the moral man, the sap or life essence of source, or with the divine feminine becomes that source, taking the high road of the E or energy, or the eve of the divine feminine, the star seed, page of swords with a message regarding abundance, or the abundance. The ice field, and this is funny because it's coming up as, instead of a UFO, it's coming up as an unidentified ice field. And that references Antarctica. I just told you about Michael talking about that yesterday, about the elites leaving the planet in Antarctica. So unidentified ice field, the seat of life essence, or the sap, or the symbol of quote unquote our Father, and the dance of the Christian patriarchy. For the electrostatic unit, essence of source. 3 star seeds seek thoughts and words, or 2 in a cloud dance of abundance, our Father, or patriarchal dance. The ice was also coming up regarding the Italian state railway. Maybe they had some unexpected snow, because they don't, and my ex was from Florence, so I know they don't get a whole lot of snow in Florence, but I have seen it snow there before on Christmas, but it's so little. They get crazy when the snow comes because they don't know how to handle it, and it's like nothing. It's just sprinkling on the road. But there may be some unexpected ice or snow in Italy, the Italian state railway. Also forward secrecy or finger spelling, right? So people don't know what you're saying. And femtoseconds coming up. So again, nanotype seconds. A plant of tithing regarding starseed, page of swords, 2 in a cloud dance or abundance. Or 3 star seeds messaging to our fathers as opposed to Hail Marys. It's really funny how it's coming up. Also the ice poem, or reflecting an ice poem, or unidentified ice field poem, teasing Eve of the feminine, or holy place of offering or source. 3 star seed messages, or children, and 2 in the abundance, or twin abundance. So however you take those messages, that's how you should take it. So this read begins with the Strength card and the underlying energy. So the underlying energy, we have the Strength card. Oh, you're not seeing it. All right. So the Strength card is here with the mini cards on top, and 5 cards down is the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands both reversed together. Then the Four of Wands upright, the home or union. The Three of Swords upright, and then the Page of Pentacles upright. The Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands both reversed. Home or in union, right? The Four of Wands can be marriage or celebration as well. But their home in separation with the Page of Pentacles, breaking through the Ring of Fire, birthing through the Centaur gate, being strong at 622, which is the Lovers and the Fool. Receiving an offer of passion or inspired by or from third party or group, a star, dream, or healing, or Aquarius, or confirmation from the stars or constellations of being left behind or out in the cold, and that could be iced out, or destitute, injured, or ill without the tools or confidence, or with the wounded warrior defensive and guarded, refusing to give up or surrender. With Leo or Sag upright, Aquarius upright, and Gemini or Virgo reversed here, the star or dreams, healer or Aquarius released, with Leo or by taming the beast, in separation, walking away and within, destined to school the golden goose in Annie Get Your Gun. It's a hard knocks life. Without affection, or destined to break up to make a big offer, the bull and lion hitting the books without being told if they want their allowance. The Sphinx is crouched with sword in tow, the cat with a tale to tell, so you better sit there and listen, and no excuses. As Gabriel fell, unable to communicate God's word, tetragrammaton, or tetragramma, or gray chin, or gray jailer or bully, or four linear filters described by an impulse response that is the product of gamma distribution and sinusoid tone, often used to model the auditory system, or the morning. Due to trying to fit a circle in a square, or a square in a circle that's not the right size, remember that's all about perspective, because it's the right size it'll fit. The Atlanteans took over for a while, but it didn't work out so well, creating status and distance between peoples refusing to listen to Gabriel's warning in the fall of Adam and Eve, temptation and ego. Aquarius released by ego. And remember, they're on the same axis point, okay? Aquarius released by ego, broken-hearted or heartbroken by abundance of Libra without Gemini reversed or twin, and they offering a new life. The Queen of Swords reversed, silenced and or deeply wounded, in need of attention or some kind of success, or doing things under the radar, emergency breakdown, or fell and couldn't get up, or stuck trying to figure out how to invest, save, spend, work, or retire, or fell off the horse and needs to stand up again. And I wrote spend. So maybe someone's going to one extreme or the other, whether it's spending too much or not spending at all, which isn't good either. So someone fell off the horse, and whatever they do too much, and remember we're releasing Sagittarius in the South Node, which means you're releasing things you do too much of, right? So that's being released, and that's ending on the 22nd, which moves to Scorpio, which is a very different energy than Sagittarius. Sagittarius is very light and fun and partying and curious, and then Scorpio goes really deep, and it's very traumatic and, transformational. So that's the switch going on in December and going into Capricorn as well, which is really responsible. So someone might have fallen off the horse and needs to spend to get up, or no one knows the dogs got out and what to get to keep them in, or grieving a secret breakup or breakdown and working their way back, or the divine masculine is having to pay for a wedding and now is trying to recover funds, or doesn't have enough to pay for the wedding that they initially promised, with purple haze in the background, harp front and center, tuning knees and ankles, as third party is over a betrayal, and the high priestess with keys to share to deal with codependency with the Queen of Swords reversed at 7 p.m., which is double zeros, a lot of source energy backing up the chariot here, or the vehicle of ascension or infiltration. So right at 7 o'clock, the Queen of Swords is reversed, depressed or drunk perhaps here, sharing codependent relationship with the man in the mirror outside of herself. So that could be a karmic partner, or it could be a twin. It just depends on your perspective. The dark priestess, or this a Wiccan was coming up here, someone who does spell work, but not a positive Wiccan, a negative Wiccan was coming up here. A dark priestess or Wiccan temptress with really low cleavage and with ankle bracelets and or a gray and white cat, preaching poisoned apples and the cure to your ails. With communication, which is number 33, the Christ vibration and standing up for oneself. And then below that was karmic completion, which is number 10, and a turn for the better. And silver and gold was coming up here. Silver and gold. So it made me think of Rudolph right away. And of course it's Christmas, so we're watching all of the Christmas shows. Issues at work, but the magician with all their tools on board, and the King of Pentacles is reversed, but the Queen of Swords upright here with the light, in a falling out with the Ten of Cups reversed family, or unhappy family in general, who are negative or spreading rumors, or the Page of Swords reversed child has a mouth on them, or a mental disability, or allergic to everything and they can't go outside. The cat is no longer watching, or neighbor could be a watcher, or the Queen of Swords upright here, and the Page of Swords reversed may not be getting along, or that's the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords is her action, because the Queen of Swords is upright, the Page of Swords is reversed. So she may have a negative reaction or not messaging back, right? The silent treatment or saying nasty things to the King of Pentacles. But it also could be the Page of Swords reversed, not getting along with the King of Pentacles reversed. So there could be 2 to 3 people here. But someone's not getting along, and it's affecting the whole family. The Page of Swords reversed could also be a pet. With Gemini and Virgo both reversed, and the Queen of Swords reversed, which definitely could be a Gemini, making a breakthrough by offering to contribute to the Queen of Swords reversed if they're willing to communicate, because they may have been giving the silent treatment or not answering their emails or texts. Perhaps the King of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Swords upright had a falling out with or about kids or their past, and the Queen of Swords reversed now won't talk to the King of Pentacles reversed, or only negative messages or negative self-talk at 713, which is the Chariot and the Death card, or transformation. The underlying energy here is the King of Wands, Justice, and the Ten of Pentacles, all upright. With the King of Wands with Justice of that Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community, or an inheritance, or Libra mediating the King of Wands and that Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community. And that can be the world at large as well. And then going forward after this read is the energy of the Knight of Swords reversed, who may be holding their tongue. They could be lashing out, but if they're holding their tongue, they definitely have something to say because the Knight of Swords is up. So they are holding their tongue in order to start over without confidence or tools, perhaps in a divorce or to deal with spiritual thinking, or Gemini or Virgo reversed, and Taurus reversed, juggling, performing, or trying to keep their balls up in the air. Receiving a new offer of a passion project or just passion in general from the Queen of Pentacles reversed, who could be divine feminine and or a Pisces who's been rejected. Atlas is burdened without option by sudden events, epiphanies, and or sexual exchange with clarity about sharing in a codependency at 722, which is the Chariot and the Fool, or the Fool's Journey. In the recent past is the Three of Wands upright, being present to the flame with new information or clarity of self-satisfaction and inspired by sudden events, epiphanies, or sexual exchange to get over a loss and separation and breakup or lack of affection, powerlessness, dependency, spending, or Sovereign reversed and Queen of Pentacles reversed, which can be a mother and daughter or sisters. The Sovereign reversed could be a masculine energy, but it's more feminine here. Awake to the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So here's another childlike energy blockage. So we have the Sovereign reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, and now the Knight of Pentacles reversed, which can be a mother and 2 children or 3 siblings or 3 earth signs, but they're all negative here and reversed. Awake to the Knight of Pentacles reversed blockage, resistance, or one of them refusing to move or get up, with the Empress upright overdoing it or not working out. Or the Empress or Taurus is keeping they're keeping the awakened ones away from, it's like they're trying to keep them away from the masculine, keeping the divine masculine working really, it's like the Empress here is like a slave driver for the divine masculine, whether it's a mother or a boss or whatever it is. It's like they're blocking them from allowing any awakened ones to come near them, so they'll continue to work really hard, like overtime for them. Defensive end, perhaps Gemini or X, fighting with the Queen of Wands reversed over money or Scrooginess that's between the two of them. And guilting him to overwork again. The foundation is the Ten of Swords reversed, where the worst is now over, or the bliss is setting in, of the Knight of Swords reversed, lashing out, causing a sister, or suffering in silence, with Hermit, shedding light and being present to the injustice, or Virgo upright, present to Libra reversed, or feeling their pain at 7:30, which is the Chariot, and the union of the Four of Wands, or the home. So the central energy here at 7:30 is the Moon or Luna reversed. Deception, or perhaps up really early to free self by offering time, money, and effort or energy to the Ten of Pentacles reversed family with dysfunction or loss to get out, while the King of Swords upright has issues at work. With stubborn Empress upright who's refusing to work, perhaps, deception and a death, ending or dark night and transition, or Cancer reversed and Scorpio upright, not getting along, and challenged by the Starseed or the Fool in a fresh new start, in the Sun or vacation, or exposing all to find peace, walking away and within, coming together to love and share the lack of peace of the Queen of Cups reversed, but the worst is now over for the High Priestess and the player or their aide, and the Knight of Wands reversed who fell or is feeling paralyzed by their passions and seeking an advisor. The evil Empress, because there could be two different energies here. One's more like the regular, grandmother or boss, and then the other one's the evil Empress who uses her sexuality to gain power over other people. So that's what I mean by the evil Empress. The evil Empress is refusing to wake up or get up, along with fallen angel or moody Sagittarius, or one who drinks or is a potion maker, and self-worth issues or a bad temper, having sex with a Leo or reunion with a pet who tackles them. And the King of Wands is showing affection to the fallen angel who's confused about or seeing synchronicities of the King of Pentacles reversed with his ego, expecting the Fool to leap whenever they say so in a 5D connection, or the King of Pentacles reversed who expects people to too, or is very militant, even when they're free on break or resting, or nesting perhaps. Now in the present moment here, crowning is the Two of Wands reversed, without options, released for sun and fun or kids, Leo or pets, working late and stuck in imbalance with the Page of Swords reversed, or someone with negativity, wanting to start over, but at a distance or not seeing eye to eye, with multiple options of settlement or gifting to detox the King of Pentacles reversed to get self-satisfaction with new passion and the Ten of Cups reversed, unhappy or unhappiness cycle that's so over with the King of Swords broken in by the Beast, Leo, or the King of Wands who's showing affection to the Hermit who's missing their flame, standing up to unwanted advances with fond memories of the past, saving and being practical, and studying, perhaps researching or taking a closer look at two being juggled, or a performance, a distraction, or doing the daily and saving for self or kids' college. And soon here is the Eight of Swords reversed, and a release from passion or hiding, walking away within from the Queen of Cups reversed, and just home to get up early and do it all over again. So someone feeling very like giving up, It's why do I keep doing this? I'm working overtime to go home. It's like the energy of going home at 10 o'clock at night, knowing you have to come back and do it all over again at 7. So also they could be home in deception with Cancer reversed and Scorpio upright, or dark night transition without options but to hurt or end a family situation by telling the truth about not feeling the love, or feeling pushed to their emotional limit, or their calls have been unanswered, or poor judgment at home with the Empress upright and the Page of Pentacles expecting to be waited on, or a grandmother may be babysitting for a child and they can't do it all because it may be hard for them. At 7:54, which is the Chariot and the Page of Swords. Aquarius reversed, Taurus reversed, and Aries reversed here with a divorce or spiritually out of control, and then the twin flames seeing themselves as the Seven of Wands, which is reversed in this read, but the cards on top of it are actually very positive. So rising above the drama, not needing an excuse, with the world complete or coming full circle, or the divine in the 5D, connecting and resting, or Pisces, is, while standing up to or for the King of Cups, who's upright and unconditional love, offering love in hot pursuit, or facing their fears of being taken, stolen from, cheated on, lied to, or scammed. Remember, if you go into fear about those things, you're calling it in. The divine feminine or Pisces at rest or break, clearing the yard or standing up to the crowd about the King of Cups, who may be a Pisces, or a child that's coming home, to catch them sneaking around. And this could be a child who shows up unexpectedly and the parents are fooling around in the house, or vice versa, where the kids get caught. The divine masculine's worried the divine feminine, or vice versa, will be defensive or at war, or lie, cheat, or steal. Feeling defensive going in, but the divine feminine, the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, or Pisces are all upright here, so you're really worrying about nothing. We have new love, reconciliation, calling in your soulmate and your soulmate. Around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Lovers. The Lovers is reversed in a breakup, a lack of affection, the X, or Gemini, reversed, burdened by rejection, or Atlas with a spoiled child, or the weight of the world and vulnerable. Being strong, taming the beast, with the Queen of Wands reversed, Saggy, or the Queen of Wands reversed and the Saggy fallen angel. The Page of Cups reversed may be here. And Gemini reversed, Leo upright, Sagittarius reversed, perhaps Pisces reversed too. And the block being that Page of Swords, but it's upright here. Climbing to new heights to get the word out, with Aquarius reversed, Taurus reversed, and Aries reversed, or not heeding the call to action in the fall of the patriarchy. Holding back an announcement, or the need to swallow their pride in a divorce or break from religion, establishment, and or the Emperor reversed, who may be out of control or losing control because he may be stepping down because he's just getting older. Abundance comes up here, but even more so personal growth and relationship change, as the Page of Pentacles may be abusing themselves, trying to be perfect for their dream world. There's something specific coming up about that page yesterday that doesn't normally come up for me. Oh, so that Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles in the Sirius Darcy deck is a very positive energy, very curious. But the Page of Pentacles in the Tarot of Sexual Magic is about someone who self-abuses. And that when that Tarot of Sexual Magic Page of Pentacles comes up, because Munchausen's was coming up this week, I was getting that energy for this Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles may be abusing themselves, trying to be perfect for their dream world. Divine Feminine or Pisces, or the Page of Pentacles may be drinking in order to soften their abilities of remote viewing. This could be a child who's very psychic as well, and maybe drinking because they've been seeing things they don't want to see. Excuse me. They may be coughing it up. I was getting remote viewing of being able to see. So in this card, it literally looks like the Divine Masculine at work being watched by remote viewing. And it's like a child has these abilities but doesn't want people to know, and maybe they're drinking to try to make it go away, or to soften their abilities to remote view. Maybe they're doing the opposite. They're doing drugs or drinking in order to help them go to another world and watch the Divine Feminine with the Divine Masculine, or working on the Divine Feminine or Pisces while the Masculine's doing work on them. And this may have been a long time ago, may not even be the present moment. And this was at 8:08, which is the Dance of the Twins, the Crazy Eights. The Page of Wands with the Mask and the Burning Desire, and the King of Wands, an energetic exchange. So there could be a father and child here. But the King of Wands is an energetic exchange with the Page of Swords, not the Page of Wands, stepping up to the plate, the page, or hitting a home run. The Page of Wands has fond memories of the King of Pentacles reversed, awakening, or being egotistical about the Fool freeing themselves from the 5D connection or getting themselves better. The Page of Wands is without guidance here and without tools or confidence, but they're upright and excited and working really hard to leave the wounded warrior behind to be with their true love, destined ×2. Now you have to notice at the end of this read, At the end of this read, this last card up here, at the very top, the last card that comes out is the Wheel of Fortune, but the mini card is also the Wheel of Fortune. It's like double, and they're both upright, right? So there's strong bliss here, and standing up to the X perhaps, present to deception, challenged by a fresh start and release of the Page of Swords, which can be a child or a message or a pet, without options due to the Page of Wands, which can be another child or another pet or a different message, different kind of message. Or the Page of Wands may be excited about doing it on their own, outside the box thinking, or divorcing a manipulator. With the Taurus reversed, Gemini reversed, which also could be twins, or with Virgo in their chart, burdened by true love in a high vibe destiny here. The Page of Pentacles may be curious to present to flame negative self-talk and rumors, or the Page of Swords reversed child may have a bad mouth on them. So the Page of Swords reversed is the most immature negative card in the deck, really. I mean, it's not the most evil. It's very immature. So it can be a child who just won't shut up, right? So it doesn't mean they have a bad mouth on them. They just won't stop talking. But also it could be someone with a really bad potty mouth, or curses a lot, or just talks when they shouldn't be, and they think they know everything and that kind of stuff. So that energy is coming up here. But the worst is over about deception of denying the twin flame, and challenged by the star seed, the downloads. And I'm getting the crown loads here. The star seed and the downloads are crown loads to a fresh start, standing up to release X, or Gemini Page of Swords reversed, for the Page of Wands upright, to love themselves first and be inspired to do it for themselves as opposed to relying on somebody else, even when they're not confident, or when there's no one to advise them on their hard work. So it's like me having to deal with new equipment or computers, that kind of stuff. Burdens are how to make a love relationship work that is destined times 2. And that was at 818, which is the dance, and the 18 of the moon, romance. So let's pull a few oracle cards. Where are we? It's 57 minutes on the dot right there. 241, twins and love, new love. So let's see what the animal spirit deck has for us. Take a deep breath. I feel like almost like congestion. You know how when you breathe in, and it's really hard to breathe in because you feel some swelling? That's what it feels like. So breathe. That might be because you need water too. Let me get my water. Sorry, I usually try to cover my mic if I swallow, because I know that's an annoying sound. Okay, let's see what the animal spirits have to say. All right, so what is our takeaway from this message today? Taurus and Cancer and Pisces and Capricorn and Sagittarius going away from the South Node. The Unicorn. This is amazing energy because this is the etheric gate holder of the collective awakening. And you notice how pastel-y the earth is in this picture because they're far away from it, so it looks softer, right? As you go farther away, it softens. And the gazelle is very feminine energy, right? The divine feminine coming to a place of being very calm on the Serengeti with their lower vibrational energies. Very calm. And then I'm getting silent night again. And then there's the collective awakening. You see how bright it is here? But from far away, it looks very soft and pastel-y. So you have the bright colors of the collective awakening over here with the Kundalini. The feminine, who's now very calm within their lower vibrational energies in the 3D, very calm on the Serengeti. I love that. And then the gate holders there. The gazelle could represent the masculine as well, though. It's like the feminine in the 5D etheric gate holder, and the masculine sitting on the ground, guarding the collective awakening here, but sitting pretty, you know. finally in a good energy. And then we have the buffalo, which also can be that energy, but the buffalo is very grounded and heavenly too. And it definitely can represent the Taurus energy that's coming in with the North Node, right? I'm coming in, get ready for me. So leaving Gemini, who's more graceful and communicative, and Taurus is coming in. And this is like the Gemini North Node is related to the feminine, twins, and the Taurus coming in is relating to the masculines rising. Very interesting there. I like that message. And talk about rising. There's the phoenix rising. The frog's becoming the prince. But the whale is exhausted, right? The whales are really struggling with the dark energies coming out of the bottom of the oceans. And the wolf is shocked into submission. And the lamb is watching too. The frog is not watching. He's looking at the whale for guidance. The whale is too tired to give them guidance. They got to figure it out on themselves, right? This is where people need to stand on their own and do it themselves. They can do it. And then we have these two looking our way, right, for guidance. There's the wolf stunned. I love this wolf card. And the lamb that's so sweet, but they're very vulnerable, so they're targeted. And the whale can't help them out right now. They're exhausted. And usually the whales and dolphins are a grounding mechanism for us as a race, or as a being. So these could be new masculines too, watching for guidance. And then we have the lion there, who may be watching out for the little newbies here, right? Because they're very vulnerable. So it's again accentuating the vulnerability of the newbies. The lion may be standing guard here for the innocent ones. These are both very innocent ones. And remember that the wolf is the pack leader, but he can't do it for them anymore. He has to let them do it on their own. So he's a little bit out of sorts trying to do that. The lion's fine with that, because lions are so at ease with children. They're the ones who play with them all the time. It's just the energy they need. And they need to learn to protect themselves from the cheetah. So the lion's saying, I'm not doing it for you. I'm stepping back now. I'm here if you need me, but you have to deal with this cheetah, because you have to learn how to do this on your own. Okay, so that's definitely the energy there. The collective awakening, the crow is on duty. This is the masculine standing guard here. There's the masculine sitting pretty. I told ya. See? All different masculines. The cobra has risen, right? This is the Kundalini energy flopping over their crown. There's that crown on fire as the elk comes in. Doesn't know what the heck hit him in the head, but somebody got awakened. Okay? And there is the crow is like the ones on the ground standing watch, as opposed to the unicorn, who's more in the etheric realms. But again, yep, there's that energy. The first one out was the unicorn. So this was the underlying energy along with these three here. So it's like the new guards are coming, the changing of the guards. And let's see what Journey of Love has for us. So it's really about people. The wolf may be struggling. The wolf pack leader, and it's so funny because speaking of the wolves, when we did the ashes for my parents, I pulled cards for everybody from this deck. And my brother, the Leo, came up as the wolf, and his wife came up as a wolf too. They pulled separate other cards, but those two are both the same. And they have they have lots of grandkids now. So it's about not doing it for them, but teaching them how to do it themselves. And I have to say, my brother's much better at doing that kind of stuff now. Whereas when he was younger, he would have wanted to control everything. All right, so from the Journey of Love. Oh, I just kind of splatted all over the place. Came up. Okay, what is our takeaway from this read? Okay, we have within nothing, there is everything. Number 2 is the High Priestess in the womb of Gaia, right? Like the womb underneath the ground. Within nothing, there's everything. Within the feminine, there's the masculine. Within the masculine, there's the feminine. She is the moon, the 21 of the world, completion of the divine feminine here, coming full circle. And then we have the gifts coming in. So again, we've been getting massive upgrades right now. So here's gifts received being confirmed again. This card tends to come up when we've just received new downloads, new abilities. Okay, so that's coming up again. And look how the same kind of energy, look at the feminine. There's a reflection of herself. There's some more cards that want to be seen here. Hold on. Oh, they want me to count. All right. The bottom of the deck, by the way, is the Mary Magdalene card. Knowing without knowing. That's that buttercup Mary Magdalene yellow. It looks like an M. It looks like she's carrying the weight of the world. And 41 is the Ace of Cups. New love, self-love, spiritual love of the Mary Magdalene energy. So definitely the feminine energy coming up. The womb of Gaia. She is the moon. She is nature, Mother Nature. And she dreams as well of the King of Swords. And the 13 is the death card, the transformation, Ophiuchus. And seeing orbs, being able to see new things. And the King of Swords. That could be awakening of the masculine's abilities as well. But she's dreaming, you're being guided also to dream about the masculine. And look, those two cards are literally reflecting each other with gifts between. There's more cards coming up here too. Hold on one second. I have to see how many I'm supposed to count and which one I'm supposed to show you. This also could be a twin female couple coming together. They could be literal twins as well, like twin sisters. This also could be twin sisters whose abilities are all of a sudden coming on board. I'm also getting Sister Sister, the show. And Patty Duke's now coming up because of that as well. Them cousins all the way. They laugh like they talk like and just might represent twins in general, not necessarily just the feminines. But it is about Mother Nature and the Divine Feminine there, mostly. But then we have the Temple, and again, the liberation of the Divine Feminine. And also it came up in the title, was it yesterday or the day before, was the breaking of the masculine in order to be the making of the masculine. And here's the liberty of the Divine Feminine coming together in the union at the Statue of Liberty, which I've gotten that download, a long time ago, about the angels or the twins being at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty, where there's an etheric altar from Atlantis, and the Pleiadian ship coming in. So this is regarding that energy. The Five of Swords is also the war within. We have the 67 of the Knight of Pentacles and the Swan, the purity of keeping things simple and beautiful. And with an etheric touch, a very light touch. And also the feather came up yesterday, the day before, to make sure to keep your energies really light and simple and beauty oriented. And we're in that Venus retrograde as of the 19th. So the 27 is that third flame. It's new passion, loyal, humble servant, and the war within. So that's a bit of the clash of the Titans type of energy. And then we have, but again, we have Mary Magdalene at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is the Christ energy. So the underlying energy, right, because the feminine's been doing all this work coming in as the masculine comes in from the other side, okay, which is much a very light energy and welcomed is what I'm getting. Okay, so those are the first energies. And then we have these cards also coming out, which I want to count them. How many cards am I getting? 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the first bunch. And then there's 3 here, which is 7. That's the 3 and 4 of the square and the circle. But it's also that 3 and 4 of the Emperor and the Empress coming into the 7, which is that etheric number, the chariot, the vehicle of ascension, the feminine within the masculine, ascending, the vehicle of infiltration, to infiltrate the different groups in order to raise their vibration, to transmute the energies. And then we have the space between, which is coming up as 2-dimensional, and the 24 of the Queen of Wands, that third energy, right? And it may not even be human. It may just be, spiritual energy that helps balance the twins out, that third energy, right? The Metatron comes up as that third energy, the bridge. And then we have the bride offering herself, but she's in that, look at how conflicted that energy is. It's a lot of chaos there. The 43 of coming together to offer herself, but the 24 is the Queen of Wands. She's like, where is everybody? And there's all this chaos going on. This could be like like kids are in you show up at somebody's house and the kids are fighting or running around the house, and it's like, well, where is everybody? And then there's intimacy of the wounded warrior. The Queen of Wands coming together with the wounded warrior. And the hidden beauty here. And this can go different ways. So it's a little confusing. We'll have to clarify this. Because these are the original cards about coming together in the union. The masculine keeping it really light and keeping the whole thing simple because of the war within that's gone on. And then we have this separate energy. It's like, you know, someone's showing up, but this is like the twins coming together. And then somebody else going through their dark night of the soul because of that. You know, just the same as the feminine went through the past years. So I do want to clarify that. Let's see what I got here to clarify. Use this little deck here. So what are these second 4 cards trying to relay to us? I understand keeping our energy light and simple, not getting into anything heavy right now. And so why do we have the Queen of Wands coming up and coming together with the wounded warrior? But it looks like there's another couple there, because then there's a third person who's being hidden. And is that the divine feminine or is that a karmic energy? So what does that mean? What does that mean? We have the 5 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Swords is after the war, and this is someone who's got 4 Pentacles. They're being very practical because they don't have a lot. But they're, you know, they're saving. They're being practical and grounded. And then we have the Chariot reversed. So feeling stuck because of money. This is someone without much money. And then the next card is what? And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. Feeling powerless because like 9 Pentacles are going out and they only have 4 Pentacles. And this could be a dependent child as well, or a dependent partner. Feeling stuck because they can't catch up with their bills. So that's what's coming up. And the Hangman's awakening. They're awake. They're awake. And they're in the 4D connection, the 5D connection here with you. And then here we have the Knight of Cups reversed. So again, someone feeling rejected or moody or, you know, feeling jealous. Jealous of the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, with the peacock colors. And then here we have the Emperor reversed, right? Out of control, right? Then we have the Liar, Cheater, Thief card here. And the Wounded Warrior. So this Emperor reverse could be the Queen of Wands, because she was coming up with the Wounded Warrior. But it's coming up as 2D energy, which would be an Emperor reverse, would be very 2D energy. So this could be a bossy female, Queen of Wands, who's a liar, cheater, thief. And the Wounded Warrior, who's trying to make his way back from that, but is really struggling. But the King of Pentacles, he will achieve his goal and be released. There will be an ending. Because he'll stand up for himself. And things will be complete, the world. So it is good. It's just not right today. There is peace after that too with the 6 of Swords. It ends up really good. And then it's like Juliet comes sailing in. She's like the wind. Okay. So let's see what the books have to say about the cards that pull. We have the Unicorn, which of course is the third eye. And then we have the first card out was the Within Nothing There Is Everything, number 2. Okay, the unicorn, reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This is the very contemplation that explains our relationship with divinity. It encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It's a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there's something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. The unicorn in the sixth chakra. It's no surprise that the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the third eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. The center is called the Ajna chakra, or command center. The ancient yogis believed it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our two eyes see the past and the present, while this third eye peers into the future. So that's your third eye. And then number 2. It's all about the divine feminine today. Within nothing there is everything. From a point of stillness, a moment, a complete universe is opening up to you, endlessly expanding. Your every thought and intention sends ripples of consciousness through the universe. What a creative being you are. You're sending consciousness into motion, bringing your creation into being. With every inner desire, with every whispered wish, the universe receives your yearning and aspirations with open arms, returning them to you as a manifestation in your life. What is really in your heart? Open your arms, sigh, speak your heart truth aloud to the loving universe, and receive it as your destiny manifesting now. This oracle brings a message to you. Something that you want is on its way to you. It may seem to be coming out of nowhere, no sign on the horizon to give you hope, yet it's coming to you anyway. It is spiritual law that you cannot be denied the manifestation of your heart's desire. Trust and remain open to the tide of universal love rushing toward you, especially with the bull coming in, swelling within you now. The wind moves gently. Through trees, quiet water flows. Life's song calls softly. Don't forget water, 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 and your beauty rest, your joy in nature. You know the drill, and do it yourself. Breathe and rise and be loved, guys. I'll see you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.